Hey there, it's been a while. Please subscribe to my channel. I'll be grateful to you.
Ridge and Taylor make love and have big plans as Donna breaks breaking news to Brooke. Today on The Bold and the Beautiful, Steffi gets wonderful news amid her romantic evening with Finn. Ridge and Taylor decide to move in together, and Donna spies. After receiving the gown, the final Forrester original, from Ridge, Taylor expresses her gratitude at the Forrester house. Feeling unique, she is elated. Ridge hopes that sentiment remains with her forever. All they do is canoodle. The importance of spending time with him is conveyed by Taylor. They lean in close and kiss each other many times. She says, "Maybe thanks to you." Her heart appears to be beating strongly now. While at the Cliff home, Finn confides in Steffi his desire to exploit the children's absence for the night. They make light of Taylor's relationship with Ridge. Steffi hopes they're alone, with minimal interference from Brooke. Finn is nonetheless in disbelief that her dad left the nest. Steffi says hope's still on the property. Brooke making herself CEO was the final straw and they're finished. Brooke has no one to blame except herself. It took a lifetime, but her dad finally knows who Brooke is. Steffi's pleased her mom is back in town and thinks he'll realize that's who he's supposed to be with. Finn thinks meant to be is a thing. I have proof of it right here. With that, he kisses her. In the Forrester office, Katie discovers Brooke burning the midnight oil. She supposes that's what she signed up for in taking the CEO role. She'd rather be working than home alone in that enormous mansion without Ridge. Brooke never dreamed she'd be in this position with Ridge again. She knows he's hurt, but she's hurt too, by the way he went to Taylor so swiftly. Katie can't believe that Ridge wasn't happy that Brooke took the CEO role to try and get the company back into his hands. Brooke knows what Hope did was a mistake, but she can't allow Ridge to speak ill about her all the time. Or me. She needs to be loved by someone always, and that's not him. Katie's so delighted she stood up to him. Brooke is too, but says she slapped him when he declared she wasn't part of his family. Katie gulps. Brooke tells her she was also knocked into Taylor. I kind of shoved her out of the way. It wasn't her best moment, but what could she do? Everything she holds dear to her was flipped upside down. At the Forrester estate, Taylor and Ridge continue to slow dance. She tells him it feels like they've come full circle and are where they're intended to be. Ridge groans, "In each other's arms, you mean?" They agree it feels right. Just then, Donna opens the door. Realizing what she's walked in on, she creeps straight over to the kitchen and hides, peeking out. Ridge says Taylor they should attempt to get their beach house back so they may make some more memories there. Taylor's astonished that he wants to move in together. "You promised me a night I wouldn't forget." Ridge insists the night's not done and leads her to the stairs. Taylor and Ridge kiss as Donna gulps. Ridge carries Taylor upstairs and Donna grimaces. At the Cliff house, Steffi takes a break from making out with Finn to tell him how happy she is with the life they established together. They profess their affection and resume kissing. The clothes start coming off and they start making love on the sofa. At Forrester, Brooke complains to Katie about forcing Ridge into Taylor's arms. A call comes in from Donna, who gets put on speaker. Donna informs her sisters that she walked in on Ridge and Taylor. She heard them discussing about moving in together into the old beach house. They spent a wonderful evening together, it's the works. She doesn't think the evening is over. Ridge took Taylor upstairs by the hand. Brooke frowns, "To his bedroom?" Donna says yes. She's so sorry. Katie comforts Brooke as she cries. In Ridge's room at the Forrester mansion, Taylor marvels at the bed, which is covered in crimson rose petals. Ridge takes her cover up and mutters about making assumptions. She assures him she's ready. He moans, "So am I. I'm ready to get our lives back because I missed you. I missed your honesty and decency. I've missed us. Man. I've always loved you." They kiss passionately and Ridge shrugs out of his jacket. At the Cliff home, after sex, Steffi and Finn cuddle on the sofa. Steffi gets a notification and informs her husband she missed a text from her mom. She discovers she's spending the night with her dad and can't believe it's happening. She reflects about how good they are together. Brooke is finally out of my dad's life for good. They kiss and canoodle. At Forrester, Brooke can't believe Ridge already wants to move in with Taylor. Katie feels it could be a misunderstanding, but her sister doesn't think so. Katie recommends they go to her apartment, but Brooke wants to be alone. Katie relents and they express their love and cuddle. Katie leaves and Brooke flashes back to her romance with Ridge. She sighs and agonizes. In Ridge's bed, he and Taylor have made love. They lament over how fantastic it was. Taylor tells him how long she's desired this. Ridge wants a future with her and doesn't want to be separated from her anymore. Wherever he is where she wants to be. Ridge says he's right there with her. They kiss, but Ridge gets a faraway look in his eyes when he embraces Taylor afterward. Next on The Bold and the Beautiful, Steffi returns to Forrester Creations. Jack is Luna's father. Hope questions Steffi's return. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers reveal a preview video clip has been released for the week of January 13, 2025. It shows Lee Finnegan confronting Penelope, Poppy, Nozawa's real baby daddy. It comes out that Jack Finnegan is Luna Nozawa's real father. Plus, Steffi Forrester Finnegan wishes to return to Forrester Creations, but Hope Logan is suspicious. Steffi Forrester Finnegan's work return B&B spoilers for the week of January 13 state that the preview clip includes Steffi's return to the office. Steffi wants to return back to Forrester Creations despite the takeover, but fans already know why. It has to do with Steffi's strategy regarding Daphne Rose. However, when Steffi goes to the office to ask about coming back, Hope and Carter Walton are caught off guard. Brooke Logan is there too, but it's impossible to get a read on what she's thinking. B&B spoilers. Hope Logan suspicious when Steffi arrives to the office to ask to come back. Hope wonders about the sudden change of heart. Steffi doesn't explain and only adds that they stated she might come back at any time. However, Hope's warning bells are going off and she questions what Steffi is really up to. Lee Finnegan vs. Poppy Nozawa. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers for the week of January 13 suggest that at the hospital, Poppy stands crying in front of Lee. As Lee yells at Poppy, a horrifying fact is exposed. Well, it's stunning to Lee but not too shocking to CDL fans as this has been speculated for months. Lee yells that Luna's real father is none other than Jack. With Jack arriving soon as part of the Luna narrative, it sounds like Bill's secret is going to burst soon. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers. Week of January 13, 2025. Next week, Luna and Bill Spencer share more scenes. Luna innocently flicks her eyelids at Bill as she gushes over his kindness. Luna acknowledges that is one of the reasons why Luna wanted Bill to be her dad.
However, what will Luna do when she finds the identity of her real dad? How will Steffi react when she finds that Luna and John Finnegan are siblings rather than simply cousins? Which narrative are you looking forward to witnessing the most during the week of January 13th, 2025? Share your opinions in the comment area below. Dry those tears. Bold and Beautiful is making some monumental changes for the better. While Richard is off on the high seas drinking my ties, your ties and our ties, I've been left to sail this week's Bold and Beautiful soapbox into port. And although I failed badly in trying to be more upbeat when reviewing Young and Restless last week, wow, was I harsh. I managed to discover a lot to enjoy while assessing Bold and Beautiful. She's a maniac on the floor, okay? So Monday's episode had some major weirdness. No sooner did Elektra get introduced to boyfriend Will's dad than she gave Bill the entire narrative of her adventure with Remy. On top of that, none of them ever took a seat. They were still on their feet Tuesday. But I'll give that silliness a pass since I thought it was humorous that Elektra appeared about as frightened by what had transpired earlier that exact day as I am when I realized I opened a white wine instead of a red. And it was all to build up Luna's infatuation with Will. When push comes to shove other than all the exposition, Even my memory isn't bad enough to need it. Monday's episode was pretty amazing in that it established Ridge's place as a supervillain. When Brooke explained the unselfish, although foolish, reason that she'd taken the CEO job at Forrester Creations, he was a complete and total bleep to her. Hypocritical, holier than thou, and altogether slap-worthy. So I was thrilled that Brooke got a smack in there before she was done reading him for filth, using his own words against him, and at breakneck speed, too, and wishing him the luck he'd need with Taylor, aka your second choice. The best part, though, was when Taylor entered the Forrester mansion as Brooke was exiting. Brooke couldn't even be bothered to hiss at her opponent. She just shoved Taylor the hell out of the way and kept right on going. Bravo! Tuesday brought icing to the cake as Ridge, Taylor, Steffi, and Eric sat around discussing what had recently transpired, as if Brooke was a pro wrestler who'd put both of her victims in traction. Hilarious. Now that you mention it, Tuesday's episode punched holes aplenty in Bill's cockamamie attempt to take Luna under his wing. When the world's worst hider made a noise upstairs, Elektra shrugged it off as possibly having been one of the numerous staff it undoubtedly takes to keep Bill's home immaculate. Only we never see maids and butlers, gardeners and cooks, so does he have any household staff? And if he does, even if Luna hides every time guests drop by, what's to keep the servants from telling everybody who'll listen that they're suddenly cleaning up after a murderess as well as the boss? Maybe they're used to that after Sheila's time at the mansion? Bill's long-term plan is likewise terribly wrong. He intended to have Luna serve out her sentence at his residence. Meaning what, exactly? For the next 20 to life, she'll play hide and please don't seek with busybodies on par with Katie? Good luck with that, man. This statement also caused me pause, reiterating that he and Luna are not, and never really were hot for one another. He added, I looked at you like a daughter, and I still do. I always will. Remarkable commitment, isn't it? Especially coming from a guy who only recently looked at Poppy as a significant partner, and now would probably struggle to recall her name. One singular Sensation Tuesday's episode also featured what may be my favorite character since General Hospital femme fatale Ava Jerome, Muriel Hilaire's Daphne Rose. Her arrival was great. It seemed like an event. And what presence Hilaire has. As the most famous perfumer in Paris, perhaps the world, she's stunning, poised, aloof, intriguing. Sign her to a 100-year contract immediately. Gang. She is a keeper. If Steffi wanted to point a hidden weapon at Carter and Hope, she couldn't have done any better than Daphne, I don't do appointments, Rose. I tell you what, too. I was so instantly enamored by Daphne that I am going to abstain from remarking on how rude of Cope it was to reveal that she had turned up suddenly while they were in the middle of a meeting with poor Fanny. I will, however, observe that the moment Daphne removed her scarf and waved around her aroma, while Carter and Hope smelled in extreme close-ups, was over the top in the very nicest manner. Is bold and beautiful remembering how to have fun. Well, we knew it was coming. Wednesday's show was one big game of who betrayed who, which was to be expected, I suppose. What I didn't expect was that the Forresters would still be clutching their pearls about Brooke's brutish behavior toward Ridge and Taylor. Does Brooke not remember that Taylor had a heart condition? A cardiac condition? That bleep was inadvertent comic gold. So was Ridge recounting to Taylor, then stopped himself. Why am I telling you this? He asked. You know this already. You could all but hear the entire audience at home go, for the love of God. Yeah, yes, we know. Stop it. All of you. On the plus side, the episode gave us a lot more of Daphne, and knock wood, 2 shows in and bold and beautiful hadn't messed her up. She pleasantly flirted with Carter when he called to clinch the fragrance deal. You're intrigued by what I have to offer. Who wouldn't be? Extra amusing was Hope remarking at that same moment, there is no telling what the future will hold. Sweetie, there is telling, and what the future is telling me is that Carter will be, as Daphne predicted, putty in her hands. And why would the world's most respected nose poke that particular appendage in someone else's business to attract a person who's been insta-committed to someone else? In Daphne's own words, that's just what friends do. I love this woman. Bleep. I love her so much. I will offer you several more images of her being say magnifique. You're welcome. TGI. Ah, crap. It's not Friday yet. Thursday's show was, not my favorite. But it did have moments of levity. However inadvertent they may have been. I absolutely lolled when Finn voiced his sadness that he'd never gotten to know Steffi's grandmother. Buddy, she would have heard any 3 words out of your pretty mouth and asked Steffi how hard she'd had to look to find the greatest dim bulb in the medical profession. Was Dr. Drake Ramoray not available? We can just imagine the Queen Bee asking. It was also entertaining to hear Steffi again outline her plan to whore out Daphne, which doesn't seem to upset my favorite new character at all. Maybe she is blessed with a view of sex that isn't straight out of the 1950s bold and beautiful playbook. I also got a kick out of Steffi interrupting Taylor's night of nookie with Ridge to make sure she wasn't coming home. How loud are Steffi and Finn? Sheesh. As for the aforementioned night of nookie, how fortunate was it that the outfit Ridge gave Taylor was black. This Taylor appears totally allergic to color of every kind. Over at Forrester, Hope attempted to comfort Brooke with news of how Carter had spent untold years planning up Forrester's expansion. Untold, because he sure never said it on broadcast. When Hope mentioned that her boo's magnificent plan included OMG, jewelry, handbags, shoes, all I could think of was the classic of Fab line below. Also, how on earth is Hope taking a victory lap because post-coup Forrester Creations is still standing? Hasn't it been like 48 hours? At most 72? That's like me taking credit for dropping a pound at 7 a.m. that I'll have gained back before I've even scarfed down my mid-morning snack. Friday's program, however, was a letdown. We got exposition on top of exposition on top of exposition. Endless Ridge dancing with Taylor to background music that only we could hear. Steffi and Finn foregoing sex in any of the many rooms at their massive house to do it on the couch where all their guests sit. And Brooke feigning shock that Donna overheard the dressmaker already asking his other occasional wife to move back into the beach house with him. Brooke, you don't get to be even remotely startled. This is who he is and has always been. And yeah, I'll say the same thing to Taylor when a month from now Ridge dumps her and instantly shacks back up with Brooke. There is something very wrong with Ridge, but there is also something just as seriously wrong with Brooke and Taylor, who jumped through hoops to believe his BS time and time again. At least the end of the episode was intriguing, because it included a hint for a narrative I thought had been discarded long ago, that Jack might be Luna's father. Not only do we get Lee shouting at Poppy, but we also possibly end up with Jack checking in on Luna at prison, only to learn that she's been misplaced? Maybe he'll be next on the homicidal maniacs hit list. A change'll do you good, so there you have it. All in all, a fairly excellent week of bold and beautiful, and one that left me eager about what's to come. Maybe the program isn't totally different. I could do with around 200% less monotonous language, but the modifications that it has made have been undoubtedly for the better / more intriguing. Luna's insta-obsession with Will promises to assure that he and Elektra won't become the snooze that RJ and the lunatic did. Despite the scent she likes to waft around, Daphne is a breath of fresh air. And while Tridge 200.0 is sure to end the same way that partnership always does, hopefully by the time it does, Brooke will have made good on her commitment to move on. We've even curated a list of leading males with whom she could throw sparks. Lee Finnegan will uncover the truth about Luna Nozawa's real bio dad, and it's nothing nice. Speaking of Luna, she will continue to spy on her newest obsession, Will Spencer. Over at Forrester Creations, Daphne Rose sets out her quest to snare Carter Walton. However, Steffi Forrester Finnegan could get betrayed. Luna Nozawa's newest obsession B&B spoilers for the week of January 13th show that Luna will continue to hide out at Bill Spencer's. If anyone discovered out that Bill was keeping Luna in his home, there would be havoc. So, Bill keeps sending Luna to hide anytime someone comes around. Luna previously made a noise when Will and Electra Forrester were visiting. With Will being worried about his dad being all alone in the mansion, he could make more house visits. That will raise the odds of Luna getting busted. It could also give Luna much too much knowledge about Will and Electra. Expect Will to have another chat with Bill throughout the approaching week. This time, Electra isn't there. It's a private talk between parent and son. However, Luna will eavesdrop and become even more fascinated on Will. As for Bill, he will question Luna once again to tell once again how she killed Tom Starr and Paul Hollister. It's intriguing why Bill continues asking Luna this. Did he not believe Luna when she answered this same question before the transfer? Is there reason to suppose that history will be changed and Luna is genuinely innocent? B&B spoilers. Lee Finnegan's discovery during the week of January 13th. Lee makes a surprising discovery. In the weekly preview footage, Lee yells at a weeping Penelope Poppy Nozawa. It seems that Luna's real father is none other than Jack Finnegan. Now, Poppy would presumably need to notify Luna next. However, Bill informed Luna he took care of Poppy. So at some time, Bill likely receives the news and relays it to Luna. Back to Lee, she will burst at Poppy. At the time when Luna was conceived, she was living with Lee, Jack, and a young John Finnegan. So that's a lot of years of lying. Does Jack realize that he has a child with Poppy? If so, that will be two love children that Jack deceived Lee about. A photo has surfaced that shows Lee and April the lab tech peeking inside a biohazard fridge. With it being revealed that Lee finally gets the ammunition she needs, could this be confirmation that Jack is Luna's father? Week of January 13th, 2025. The bold and the beautiful spoilers for the week of January 13th suggest that Steffi sets her plan into motion. Steffi marches up to Forrester Creations and asks for a job. Carter and Hope Logan are taken off surprise. Hope wants to know what causes this change of heart. Instead of answering Hope's query, Steffi reminds Carter that he mentioned she might return at any time. Hope suspects Steffi is up to something and says so. In the end, it seems Carter has no choice but to uphold his word and give Steffi a job. A sneak peek snapshot shows Carter shaking Steffi's hand, but he doesn't look thrilled. Meanwhile, Daphne will start sinking her hooks into Carter. It is also speculated that Daphne meets Ridge Forrester. Daphne certainly meets Finn someday soon as well. However, if Daphne is actually as irresistible to males as Steffi believes, then could she also go after Ridge, Finn, or even Eric Forrester? Over with Brooke Logan, she will feel comfortable about Steffi's return to the office. Yes, that is surprising. Then toward the end of the week, Brooke and Taylor Hayes face off. The bold and the beautiful spoilers. Next 2 weeks, January 13th through January 24th during the week of January 20th. Anticipate Luna to be tested like she never has before. Luna is becoming increasingly interested in Will. Luna knows she needs to follow the rules. Luna could think she's cunning enough to get away with things, though. With Luna spying on Will's discussions with Bill, Electra Forrester will soon become a target. Since nobody knows Luna is around, it would be easy for her to do something on Electra's phone when she's busy with Will. Luna also knows about Electra's extensive fictional background and Remy Price's incarceration. So that's a lot of intel, and Luna might destroy everything for Electra without anyone suspecting a thing. Luna should also learn about her real bio dad. Will Jack demand to see his daughter? Jack is returning soon to be part of the Luna plot. So Bill and Luna's secret will be uncovered soon enough. Over with Steffi. It seems things with Finn are going to explode up. Plus, the situation at Forrester Creations is about to get pretty fascinating with Daphne's deception. So stay tuned.
Thank you for your time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.